I'm so excited about Night Swim, and I think one of the things that's so exciting is you're sort of turning Marco Polo into its own like Bloody Mary sort of lore.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
So
you know about the Marco Polo challenge?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, hear this out. And I'm not recommending doing this. In fact, I would say do not do this game. But they say, if you're in a pool at night by yourself, and you say Marco 3 times. So the first time, you wait, Marco, you wait, Polo, Marco, again you wait. The third time you say Marco, if anyone died in that pool, if they drowned in that water, that voice will say Polo.
Oh God.
So you try it for yourself and find out, or don't. I cannot recommend this. Some weird shit's kind of happened. I don't want to get into it.
That's so cool to like, now you got like sort of your own like Beetlejuice 3 times, Bloody Mary.
Yep.
Like what kind of made you come up with that concept of taking something that we've known from our childhood, everyone's played that game, and making it terrifying?
Well, you know what it is? It's the feeling of your eyes being closed. So you're vulnerable by being in the water, right? And then you're also vulnerable by having your eyes closed and we understand, like, I'm supposed to hear the voice, Polo, coming back at me with someone I know. But then suddenly I'm drifting forward, I'm getting in the deep end, I'm getting further out. Marco, no one's answering. Marco.
No.
And I can feel the water rising up my neck, up my throat, which is Marco.
Polo.
Sorry.
He was in there.
I was in it.
I felt the.
But look, we all know what that feels like. We all know what it feels like to peek through our eyes like this and be cheating. You've done it. Don't tell me you haven't done it. You've done it. And what if you saw something there in front of you that you think is your friend? You think it's a person you're supposed to be playing this game with, but you can't quite tell. Right? So that's such a, I just was like, I know what it felt like to play that game, and you're already in a vulnerable position.
Yeah.
So what if what rose up from the depths there was not who you thought it was?
Absolutely.
It just kind of worked. Yeah.
I'd love to hear like what made you go like the water route. What is it about that pool situation? I know you originally wrote a short film and turned it into this. So how did you go from that initial concept to this feature?
Yeah, we're just kind of looking at, we knew the short worked and was scary, and people got excited about it, and people like understood that feeling of being alone in the pool at night and what could be around you. And then it was just kind of asking the question of like, what mystery could be there? What's the bigger story? I don't want to give too much away about what that is, but there was a concept that clicked in, and as soon as that clicked, I knew there was a big enough mystery here beneath the surface that would justify an hour and a half time. And sorry to be cryptic, I'm not trying to be obnoxious about it, but you have to watch the movie to find out. But there's a big secret and a big idea here that is not just the pool. There's a bigger story.
I love that.
Yeah.
And can you tell me about what it was like bringing this cast together?
Oh man, the cast was amazing. I mean, they really became a family on set. You felt that kind of bond with them. You believe them as a family, and you care about them as a family. And I feel like each pieces they came together was like, oh, that's my Ray, that's my Eve, that's my Izzy. You just could kind of feel like, you put the pictures on the wall and you just see their faces there and be like, I see that family. Like, I believe them as these characters. And it just takes time. You just have to be patient and really make sure you're getting the right people, and we really did. Yeah.
I'd love to know, did you have any favorite or even more challenging moments when bringing this film to life?
So, without saying too much, there's some stuff that's water, some big water stuff that happens later in the movie, and it has some more scope to it, and those elements were really challenging because it involves deep water holds, long breath holds, and creatures and VFX, and there's some big moments that just took a ton of orchestration to build that world. So I would say anything to do with the water is the coolest part of the movie. It's the funnest part of the movie. It was also the most difficult to achieve technically and in terms of time, but it was worth it. It was well worth it.
Now I gotta know, how long can you hold your breath underwater? Did you time it?
Yeah, I can get up to I'm about like 120, 130. Yeah, I got breath hold training from the people from Pirates of the Caribbean, from Avatar. This was our underwater team, and I have a video of me swimming around our underwater set with a GoPro. like this with my snorkel on and just like swimming around, and it's like my prized possession from the movie. Oh, also, if you look closely, I'm a ghost in the movie. They got me in there.
I love that.
And that's why I had to have breath training, because they wouldn't let me be a performer if I couldn't hold my breath for a certain amount of time and I didn't have that technique, because it wouldn't be safe. All of our performers had to go through like very technical breath training.
That's so awesome. You heard that here.
Yeah.
He's in the movie. Look out.
Look close. Yeah.
And now I gotta ask, it's spooky season.
Yeah.
When does Halloween really start?
Halloween never ends, baby. Halloween all year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Especially with Blumhouse.
Yeah, that's right. It's all. I mean, yeah, I live in a haunted house, so
Tell me more.
That's for another time. Watch Every House is Haunted. Played at South by this year, and you'll know what's up.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Yeah. And then there's been so many iconic Blumhouse, monsters, villains, creatures. What would be one that if you could dress up for Halloween as one of them? What would be your go-to?
Well, you know what? I've been thinking a lot about the lipstick demon from Insidious recently. I think I could like rock that look. Yeah, I like to go. I like to get the full look, the nails, everything, hair. Yeah,
I love it. I love
lipstick,
it.
Red-faced demon from Insidious. And go with that.
Sounds good. And just to wrap things up, how do you feel that horror has evolved over the last few years? I feel like, especially with Blumhouse, we're getting so much more horror and such a wide scope. So I'd love to hear how that has influenced you.
I love what's happening in horror right now. I think we're really in this kind of renaissance where more art house A24 stuff like Talk to Me or The Witch or Hereditary, Midsommar can exist and find an audience, or it's just stuff that's like really, really good commercial horror like Black Phone or The Invisible Man or Megan, into that. I love that there's a place for everyone to have very high executed and a spectrum of stuff. I think that's a really good place to be. I think for a while it was one or the other, and now you're seeing things like Smile that kind of put it all together and both sides of that. So I think it's an incredible, or Barbarian, for instance. I think it's an incredible time for horror right now.
I agree. I feel like original horror, especially,
original horror is dominating.
It's killing it. I
is.
love it.
Yep.
Literally.
Yeah.
Consider subscribing if you like my videos, and if you want to talk more TV and movies with me outside of the comments section, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/kmaldo. If you like this one, you can check out more of my videos right over here. See ya!